So they take a week off. They air a rerun of the Halloween episode. Don't worry about it. Dawson was new. And
Did
then
you watch the Halloween episode again?
I might have. And
It's a fun
then
episode.
yeah, and then we got it's back February 10th, 1998. Um, a lot was going on. CBS, they had the Winter Olympics going that night, the Nagano Olympics, and Fox aired the movie Bad Boys.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'll tell you what was going on that week. The movie rankings. What do you think was number one?
Were you talking about the week previously?
No, I skipped that week.
No, you're talking about this day? And I feel like I didn't get any of that stuff. We're in the wrong day.
February 10th?
Okay. I got way different stuff.
Well, I search what was on TV that night.
Oh, is that all you were talking about?
Yeah, that's all.
Talk about the news and stuff.
Okay.
Or whatever else you had.
Movie rankings. Number 1, Titanic. Number 2, The Replacement Killers. You familiar with that film?
Nope.
That was
okay, this is Keanu. He plays football.
No, that's The Replacements. No, they were trying to make Chow Yun-Fat into a movie star in America. He was a big star overseas there in Asia. And but Jackie Chan was big around this time. So they were like, we need more of those. So they tried out him, they tried out Jet Li. None of them quite reached the heights of Jackie Chan.
He was in the Expendables, Jet Li.
Yeah, well, Jet Li he had a good run, but Chow Yun-Fat, he kind of just went back to
He
China.
fought Jason Statham. That's a good matchup, right? Jet Li and Jason Statham.
That is a good matchup.
They're like the right height and weight class, probably.
Yeah. He fought never mind, I can't think of it. So Replacement Killers, it was him and Mira Sorvino. Good Will Hunting still hanging in at number 3. Number 4 is Blues Brothers 2000, the sequel to the Blues Brothers that we'll have to cover someday. Horrible movie. And number 5 is the movie I saw the previous week at the box office, but it's down to number 5. The Alfonso Cuarón's weird adaptation of Great Expectations with
Gwyneth and Ethan Hawke.
Correct, and Robert De Niro.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. All right.
Don't go skiing with Gwyneth Paltrow. Am I right? I don't even know what happened. I just wanted to reference that.
She won the
oh yeah,
lawsuit.
she did.
Yeah.
She won $1, right? That was pretty baller.
Yeah. Hey, so somebody died and somebody was born, maybe with the spirit of the thing that died. All right.
Like when the Queen died and Trisha Paytas had a baby.
Exactly.
And they said that the Queen was the baby.
So the dog from Air Bud died of cancer.
Oh my God, I was gonna bring this up.
You were gonna bring this up?
Yep. Do you know who else that dog played?
Who?
Comet from Full House.
Holy shit, what a career.
One of the greatest dogs of all time. His name was Buddy the Wonder Dog, apparently.
Yeah, he was 9 years old when he died of cancer.
Cancer, so sad.
He could actually shoot a basketball, I think, into a thing. And in future movies, they had to use special effects because no other dog could do it as well. All right.
It's honestly one of my favorite dogs ever.
An incredible dog. And he died, and his spirit, I believe, was born into the R&B singer Khalid.
Oh, wow.
All right. He's young, dumb, and broke, and he's got the spirit of Comet inside of him. Yeah, I know.
Holy shit, that dude's fucking my age.
Yeah. He's young, dumb, and broke.
Oh, wow. That's him?
Yeah. One of his classic tracks. I've got a few Khalid songs on my Spotify playlist. Don't even worry about it. All right, what else happened? Big music release this week for me was Neutral Milk Hotel's In the Aeroplane Over the Sea. Probably my favorite album of all time.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Yeah. All right. What else happened this week? The number one song, that Janet Jackson song only had like a 1-week run. It was replaced this week by Nice and Slow by Usher. And I think that title's referring to the way he wants to fuck a lady.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You brought up this Young, Dumb, and Broke by Khalid, and I thought you were talking about Young, Wild, and Free, the Snoop Dogg Wiz Khalifa song.
Also great. Also great.
Okay, I had to Google it. I was very confused for like 30 seconds. Okay,
No.
sorry, continue.
All right, Nice and Slow by Usher. I watched that video before this too, but I can't remember what it sounded like. It was a good song. I knew it as soon as I heard it.
Do you want me to do the other one as the outro?
Yeah, the other one's better. Okay. What do we got? What else?
Who's the better one-name celebrity, Usher or Janet?
Janet has two names.
What's Usher's name?
Usher Raymond, my friend.
That's his real name? Usher?
Yeah.
Or
That's
Usher, yeah.
That's what he's credited as in the film The Faculty.
Yes, I knew you were going to mention The Faculty.
And the film She's All That.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right, couple of awards shows this week, Logan. Well, actually, just one. The 6th annual ESPYs. That's the ESPN Sports Awards show. You familiar with that?
Sure.
This year's 1998 was hosted by Norm Macdonald, and he fucking destroyed. Go back and watch clips of Norm Macdonald hosting the ESPY Awards. It's amazing.
Sounds very funny.
Yeah. The best male athlete award was a tie, Logan, between Tiger Woods.
Michael Jordan.
No, Michael Jordan did win best NBA player.
Oh, okay.
But it was between Tiger Woods and Ken Griffey Jr.
All right.
You remember him?
Sure.
Great player.
More
I once
senior.
He was on the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, he was actually a player too.
Yeah. But Ken Griffey Jr. I once saw I think the first game I ever saw at Yankee Stadium was Yankees Mariners, and Ken Griffey Jr. hit 2 home runs.
Wow.
It was exciting. Even though I was a Yankees fan, I was like, Ken Griffey Jr. rules. But all right, best NBA star, Barry Sanders. That was the winner.
You said NBA star.
I meant NFL. All right. Best NHL star, Mario Lemieux. Okay. I referenced him recently too. Mario Lemieux, a recurring character on Buffy's Angels. And how about
He's got
this?
a new movie out in theaters, the Super Mario Lemieux Brothers.
I fucking hate you.
Should I edit that up?
No, that has to go in. Best college football player. I wrote this one down just for you, Logan.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah. He ended up having a good career.
He played at Tennessee, Texas?
I don't fucking know. But he was arguably the best Manning.
Yes. I think
Maybe
so.
inarguably.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
His kid's good, though, apparently. I don't even know if it's
really?
his
There's
kid.
going to be
It might be the
another
other
fucking
kid.
Manning? Holy shit.
Yeah.
But how about this, Logan? Also this week, the 48th annual NBA All-Star Game.
Okay, that's great.
The East beat the West 135 to 114. The MVP of the game, Michael Jordan, with 23 points and a bunch of other shit. And 2 big stars made their NBA All-Star debuts in this game, Logan.
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan is one of them.
Okay, who else?
Future rapist Kobe Bryant.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. He was probably, I think, 2 years out from that rape at this point.
Yeah.
The one we know about, anyway.
Yeah. You think there could be multiple?
Oh, absolutely. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. The female athlete of the year was Mia Hamm, who was a popular soccer player around this time.
All right.
Yeah. I remember there was a poster of her in a Sports Illustrated for kids that I had. All right.
You just thought that was sexy?
No, I don't think so. I just remember it.
Oh, okay.
And the other, you want a wrestling update?
Yes.
All right. Over on Raw, they're having a lot of fun with the Bill Clinton sex scandal. Logan. The episode opens with the diva Sunny performing Happy birthday, Mr. President, as Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
And Shawn Michaels comes out in the middle of the ring and says that he relates a lot to Bill Clinton because he also likes to play swallow the leader in the Oral Office.
Wow. I don't think I like that
So
much.
many puns. And what a great time it was. And all right, so let's get into Buffy, huh?
Yeah, I forgot what we were doing for a second. Oh, I have something else. Maine, the state of Maine, they repealed a right.
Oh,
Okay,
I saw this.
a
Yeah.
gay right that was passed this just the year before. All right,
Yeah.
and they were the first state to do this, but I guess multiple followed.
Yeah. And now the gays pretty much have no rights.
They get married, right?
I guess they can in most states.
Yeah, I don't know if they can have kids in a lot of states.
Yeah, it's rough out there for everybody right now.
Yeah. All right. So we start out in a graveyard. Buffy Xander graveyard.
Wait, hang on. I gotta do the
Oh.
creds.
Oh,
Gotta do the
right. Sorry.
creds.
Marty Noxon.
Bewitched, Bothered, and Bewildered. Feb 10, 1998. Marty Noxon writing. She's on fire. She just wrote Surprise. She just wrote Bad Eggs. She just wrote What's My Line Parts 1 and 2. And now here she is again. And our director is important too, because he's a fella goes by the name James A. Contner. So television journeyman. This is his first episode of Buffy, but he goes on to direct 20 episodes of Buffy and 13 episodes of Angel.
Yeah. So it must
So he's a
be pretty good.
major Buffyverse figure. All right, Logan, go ahead. Oh, and the other fun thing about this episode is they were supposed to film the next one this week, which is called Passion, but they Sarah Michelle Gellar got invited to host Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
All right, you'll recall she hosted SNL around the time of I Know What You Did Last Summer in November of '97, and so they didn't have her for the week, and she's going to be in the next episode a lot because she's the title character of the show. And so they had to bang out, Marty Noxon banged out this script in like 3 days or something. They were just like, we need to do a different episode that week, and we have nothing. So
she did a great job.
So they were like, come up with an episode that Sarah Michelle Gellar is in as little as possible. So she wrote a real Xander-centric episode where halfway through Buffy turns into a rat.
Yeah, that's funny. All right, that's good to know. Anything else about the directors?
That's it.
Okay, but that's cool. So these are both going to be big mainstays of Buffy because Marty Noxon's going to be on forever, and this guy does a bunch of Angel stuff. Does Marty do a lot of Angel stuff, or she just does Buffy?
No, she wrote like a couple episodes in the first season just while they were getting going, but she's mostly a Buffy person.
All right, well, that's cool. I like her so far. So again, we're in the graveyard. Buffy, Xander's talking to Buffy. He's like, "Hey, I want to give this necklace to Cordelia. How do you think I should do it?" Oh, we learned this is a Valentine's Day episode, basically, right?
Yeah.
So he wants to give her a necklace for Valentine's Day, and Buffy's like, and this is even before she's even enchanted or cursed or whatever. She says, you could do way better than Cordelia, Xander. I don't know why you're wasting all your time with Cordy when you could be with me. She doesn't say that, but
she doesn't say that.
No, she doesn't. But she does say that he can do better.
Well, this is the episode where they're like, all right, Xander and Cordelia have been hooking up for a while at this point, for like 5 episodes or 6 episodes. And so like we've got to figure out whether that's a relationship or not.
Yeah, and so they do it in a great way, I thought.
Yeah.
And so then they kill a vampire or whatever. And then we go to Cordelia and we sort of learn something. Another thing that I talked about last week was I wanted to see like sort of Cordelia's stance, like her standing with her friends because she hasn't interacted with them in a while.
What's her friends' reaction to her hanging out with the Scooby Gang?
Yeah, and we learned that they're not really all for it, especially Harmony. That bitch. Do the other girls talk that much?
One of them does, but you know, she doesn't come back. Harmony is the major Cordelia friend that we see here.
Yeah, I really liked that one part early on in Buffy in one of the early episodes where was it Willow that was like, the way you do this is you press DEL and then she makes her delete her paper. I think that
Right.
was
She
Willow.
says it stands for deliver, but it stands for delete.
Deliver. That was very funny to me.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about that episode. What
That was
episode
back
was
in the
that?
harvest, my friend.
Oh, that was my least favorite episode, I think. So
How do you hate that episode so much? There's so much Luke. You love Luke.
I do love Luke, but that was like I think because the whole thing hinged on Jesse, and I just did not care about
Yeah,
Jesse.
you might be right.
I
Yeah,
was,
that's the episode where they like go into the sewers to try to find Jesse.
yeah, I was like, leave Jesse in the sewers. What are you doing? I don't care about him. But so then they go to school. Okay, big day at school. All right, we see. We go to or we're in class now. Okay, we see Amy, my favorite character.
First time
She's my
since
favorite, not Luke.
of course. Well, first time seeing her since Witch.
Yeah, and of course I popped, and I kind of wish you didn't tell me. I like that you tell me when things are coming, but I knew she was coming, and
Well, you
well, also I
guessed it.
guessed it. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
guess it. If I didn't nail it, I would have never known. Damn it. All right. Uh, so, but she's in class, and they talk about how they're having like a Valentine's dance, right? Is that what they talk about at the
Yeah.
Bronze? And and then she does something crazy. She goes to the teacher and she's like does a bunch of words and later we see like crazy visual effects. Do we see that part here?
No. We just sort of see the teacher like accept a paper from her, but it's like she just grabs something from thin air and says thank you.
Yeah, right. But Xander sees, and Xander goes to them after class and is like, "Did anybody else see that where Amy like possessed the teacher just then?" And they're like, "No, her mom was a witch. She would never go. She would never do that. She knows how dangerous that is, right?" They sort of recap us about everything.
Yeah.
And
They remind us who that character is.
but I
You
obviously
needed no
remembered.
reminder. You
No.
remember Amy very well.
They didn't even have to say her name. I would have just known. But so then Giles shows up, and I don't know what he says. But then Jenny shows up, and they're like, have a moment where I guess they again haven't talked because we
Yeah.
found out she was like trying to keep Angel depressed, right?
Yeah, Giles calls her. She asks. She calls him Rupert in this scene, and he replies by calling her Miss Calendar.
Oh
and,
my goodness!
And that looks like it kind of pains her a little bit.
Oh, that's great. I didn't even catch that.
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like they've barely been positive with each other. I feel like they're always like there's always negative things going on with them.
Yeah.
But, all right. Then so Giles he tells Buffy like that he's gonna patrol. I don't know. Oh, he tells her the thing about how Angel gets really dangerous around Valentine's Day.
Yeah, he's particularly fucked up on this holiday, so maybe just stay home.
Yeah, why is that? Do they say?
Because I think Angel likes torturing women, and Valentine's Day is a good way to do that. We all know that.
not me. Spent like every Valentine's Day by myself, basically.
Oh, poor buddy.
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. When is Valentine's Day even? February?
Feb 14.
Oh
But
shit, there's a
yeah,
Valentine's Day episode. This is February 10th. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's hard, it's expensive, so you're saving money, Logan.
Yeah. You're right. You're 100% right. So then, this was a great scene. I thought Spike
Yeah.
Drusilla. Okay, Spike's like, "Hey Drusilla, I got you a little necklace," and he gives her a necklace, and she's like, "Oh, isn't this lovely?" And then Angel or Angelus, I guess, shows up, and he's like, "Hey Drusilla, I got you a heart, a human heart." And she's like, "Whoa, this is way better."
She goes, "It's still warm."
It's still warm. So I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
And Spike.
And then to add insult to injury, Angel puts on the necklace for her.
Oh yes, that was very good too. That was very good. I like their whole dynamic.
Yeah.
And they talk about how what are you going to get for Buffy for Valentine's Day, and he's like, I have the perfect plan. And I guess later we learn that that's Xander, right?
Wait, that's one of my favorite. Wait, there's a couple of really good lines in that scene.
Yeah.
First, he says that Angel says he got the heart from a quaint little shopkeeper, which I like that because it's most people say quaint little shop, but it's this quaint little shopkeeper.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, okay. And then uh Spike says for Valentine's Day, maybe you should just rip out the Slayer's lungs. And Angel goes, no, it lacks poetry. And Spike goes, it doesn't have to. What rhymes with lungs?
Yeah, I did enjoy that. That was very good.
Yeah.
And so then we go to the Bronze, and Dingoes Ate My Baby are playing, and I guess Devin's there, but I did not recognize him. But
And
he is there.
They're performing 4-Star Mary's best song, Pain.
Okay.
Which
Are they ever gonna have their own songs?
No. 4-Star Mary's the band that they perform their songs.
Oh, okay. I understand.
So it is a Dingoes Ate My Baby. So they're Dingoes Ate My Baby performing their best song, Pain, which I still listen to this day.
Okay. And they're singing Pain because this is where Xander gives Cordelia the necklace. And then she's like, oh, actually, I kind of wanted to break up. And he's like, what? On Valentine's Day? The one day you're not supposed to break up with somebody? And she's like, yeah, it happens, buddy. And I don't know why people do this. God, Cordelia, you're just making things complicated. But you're wanting to be popular.
She's in her head about the shit Harmony said earlier. So
yeah, very stupid.
Yeah.
Then we go home, and Buffy and Mom are home. Are they watching a movie? What are they doing?
They are about to. Yeah, they're preparing to watch a movie.
What are they about to watch?
They don't tell us.
Oh, okay. Probably Thelma and Louise, right?
Could be. They just say they're about to watch a video.
Okay. Video. Then so there's like a doorbell. She goes to get the door and nobody's there. And then she gets roses. Roses get delivered, and inside the roses there's a card that says soon. And I guess she knows that that's from Angel.
Yeah, you nailed it.
I fucking nailed it. Mm-hmm. Then so Xander goes to school, right? And he's sad because he'd just been broken up with by Cordelia, and
and we hear from one of my favorite extras in Buffy history.
Oh wow!
I love this. Every time I watch this episode, I rejoice in this. When Xander first gets to school, a dude just walks by him. You don't even see him say this. I think it might be ADR, and he just goes, "Dude, way to get dumped."
Yeah, that was very funny. Actually, I do remember that. That's hilarious. Way to get dumped. Oh man, that would hurt.
Yeah.
So, but he's upset because he just got dumped, and so he goes to Amy and he's like, "Hey, you are a witch. So basically, I'm gonna tell everybody you're a witch unless you can do this thing for me and possess Cordelia to make her put a love spell on her, basically." And so she says, get something of hers. So he goes and he gets that necklace back, and they do the thing. And I think this is the most visual effects we've ever had in Buffy.
And it looks not bad.
It doesn't look great, but for the first time, it didn't look terrible.
It's probably the biggest effect they've done since that weird mirror thing in the witch episode.
Oh yeah, you're actually probably right, and that was way earlier.
Yeah,
they don't use a lot of effects like this, like crazy effects like this. The others are like practical, like that little lobster thing running through the room. What was that?
the bazaar or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But this was really crazy. But she does the spell. It doesn't work. Right. The next day he goes to. Is it the next day? I don't know. Did anything else happen between there?
No, not really.
I sort of have a question though. He goes up to the table to talk to Cordelia, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Cordelia?" Just to like show he's alive, to see how she reacts to it. And but why did none of the girls at the table react to him?
Well, it starts with people just sort of being interested in him and hitting on him. It doesn't come into mania territory until later. So I always figured, like, as soon as Xander left the table, the girls were like, why the fuck did you act that way around Xander?
Yeah, I don't know. That seemed... I don't know. Like Willow doesn't even have to see him.
But like Buffy,
Willow's like
at
in his bed.
yeah, but like seconds later he sees Buffy, and Buffy's hitting on him, like starting to, but it's subtler than it becomes later when she's trying to when she comes at him with a fucking trench coat.
Yeah, it just struck me thinking back afterward that those girls didn't hit on him when he first showed up. But anyway, I guess it made sense to you. So, who? All right. So when yeah, then he goes to the library
Yep.
to Buffy, and he talks to Buffy, and Buffy's like, hey, maybe you and I should just do something. And he's like, does that involve a lap dance? And she's like, well, if you play your cards right. And you're like, what? What's going on here? Why is Buffy like this? I guess that's why they really don't react, just so that you can have this moment where
Right.
Buffy's the first one to react. So I guess that makes sense. But so yeah, she does that, and then we learn that like she loves him, and he gets called out, and he's looking at her through the thing, and she's like staring at him, and everybody loves him. Amy comes over, she loves him. Everybody, they chase him home where Willow is. Willow's in the bed, she loves him. He goes back to the school.
The
Ginny
part
Calendar, yeah.
I always thought the part where Willow bites him on the ear was pretty sexy.
Yeah, I didn't really like that much. I thought Ginny Calendar was the best one. I
Well,
thought she was
duh.
very funny.
Yeah.
She was good with it all.
And when Giles realizes what's happening and that like Jenny is like under Xander's spell, he is so fucking furious at Xander.
Yeah, I thought she was really good though in
Yeah.
that scene. But then so yeah, so Amy was it? I guess Amy turns Buff. So Buffy shows back up and she's wearing a robe, and Amy comes in and she's like, "Is it?" I guess yeah. Amy turns her into a rat.
Well, to give Xander a little credit, she shows up in a trench coat with nothing underneath it, and tries to fuck Xander, and Xander's able to resist.
Yeah, it does the bare minimum. Does not take advantage of her while she's cursed.
This was an important. By the way, I was 12 years old when this aired.
Yeah,
I was very into this episode.
I completely understand.
Yeah.
All right. So Oz comes in and he's mad because now Willow loves Xander and Xander just rejected her. So she's all pissed off or upset or whatever. So he comes in and he punches Xander, and then he starts looking for Buffy. And that plays out later where he finds Buffy. And so Xander, he's leaving. He's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So he leaves. He sees Cordelia like getting attacked by those ladies because she was so mean to him.
Yeah.
And so he goes over and he saves her. And they run out of the school. And he's like, I have a great place to hide. We'll go to Buffy's house.
Well,
And
first there's like a mob of people outside the school, including Willow holding a fucking axe.
yeah, that was fun. And they go to Buffy and Joyce's house, and Joyce is hitting on Xander. That was funny. She says she calls herself Joycey. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm the
Oh,
Joycey.
that grosses me out every time.
Oh, that's very funny. And so they leave there and they run into Angel, and you think that's gonna be trouble, and then Drusilla shows up. You're like, oh, that's great. Drusilla's in on it. So Drusilla loves Xander. It's just very fun. This is like the whole episode. It's just everybody loving Xander basically, and I loved it. What'd you think?
I love it too.
Yeah, I thought it all worked out very well, and
Yeah.
but Drusilla, she can't go in because she's a vampire. She's not invited in, right?
Right.
And
I like that one of the women in these mobs of people in this mob of people was a cafeteria lady holding a rolling pin.
really, I didn't notice
You
that.
didn't notice that she's in all those shots of like the angry mob of women.
No, that's very funny. I didn't notice that. Then so Oz ends up finding Buffy, right? And she's
Yeah.
naked, and he's like,
Well, he's looking for the rat and finds her as soon as like the rat becomes Buffy again, and she's fully nude because she squirmed out of that trench coat.
right. By the way, is he naked after he transforms from werewolf to human?
Absolutely, he is.
Yeah, I guess I didn't notice that when they showed him in the woods.
Well, he's shirtless in that scene, and his bottom half is behind like a big boulder.
Oh, yeah, I didn't notice that.
Mhm.
Um, so he says like, "Stay right there. I'll go get you some clothes." And she's like, "Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. I'll stay right here." And so they they reverse the curse. They make it where all the ladies stop going after Xander, and then they're like, "Oh, you were just like." Oh, so that was some scavenger hunt that we were all going on. That wasn't that fun, everybody. So that's like the
Yeah,
facade.
that was the cover story.
Yeah. So
But but you missed the end of the
oh.
episode where, well, first of all, there's interesting things with Cordelia and Xander happening in this episode because after she dumps him, he goes back and like very pettily asks her to give him the necklace that he got her back,
Mhm.
and she's like, fine, it's in my locker. But then when she
Oh
goes to
yes, I'm
her
sorry.
locker, she pulls it out of her shirt like she was wearing it. So like you know Xander still means something to her. And then at the end of the episode, she's hanging out with like Harmony, and she has like a come to Jesus moment, and she's like, you know what, Harmony, you're a fucking asshole. You're a sheep. And she goes off and destroys her social standing by, you know, being with Xander, and they're pretty much official after this.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Sometimes I
Yeah.
forget where I am, and then I just start talking, and then I just I don't know what happens. You're a lot better
Yeah.
than like leading the charge than I am. I feel like I'm terrible at that.
No, but that's the part of the fun of this show.
But that was a great part where she has it in her shirt under her
Yeah.
shirt. But then you're like, what the fuck are you doing, Cordelia? Just like if you like him this much, why are you doing this?
She's
Sorry.
wearing probably the
That's how
highest
people are.
collar she's ever worn on the show, just so that it can be a reveal when she pulls it out of her shirt.
That's funny.
Um, my
I'll
other
give it a
big
4
note.
though.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
My
sorry.
other big note this episode was that when we get a look at Xander's bedroom for the first time,
Yeah.
and he's got a poster that intrigued me.
Yeah, what's that?
It's okay. So in the early '90s, Marvel Comics had a separate line of comics that all took place 100 years in the future, in the year 2099. And it was all different variations of their characters, but futuristic. In fact, in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, you briefly see the Spider-Man 2099. But in Xander's room, he's got an X-Men 2099 poster, a comic that had long been canceled by this point. And I was like, nerd credibility for Xander. Like, wow, X-Men 2099, that's wild.
So you like that?
I very much enjoyed it.
Okay.
I spotted it instantly. All right.
Well, I thought you had
move
2
on.
things. That was it.
That's it, man.
Okay. All right. Well, I give it a 4. What do you give it?
Also a 4.
Really enjoyed this episode. Thought if Marty, she only had 3 days. I thought she crushed it. Thought she did a really great job.
I agree.
So even like the Drusilla and Angel Spike stuff, I thought was really fun. So she got everything in there. I felt like we got Mom.
Yeah. And
Got
it's well
Jenny Calendar.
directed. Yeah. Well, they just used any women they have in the guest cast.
Yeah, you're right. We still didn't get Snyder. If Snyder was a woman, he wasn't.
You're probably right. But I also think James Contner directs the shit out of it. It moves at a really fast clip.
Yeah.
There's that really fun shot of Xander like walking into school,
Yeah.
and you get a close up of his shoes, and then he's like walking. It's like jungle love, well, that that song.
Sure.
And everyone's staring at him and shit. It's a good POV shot. There's a lot going on in this episode.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. We both give it 4. My MVP is gonna be Xander.
Yeah,
Not gonna overthink this one.
I also give it to Xander, but I mean Sarah Michelle Gellar. Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Xander's great in this. Nicholas Brendon.
Yes. And LVP, what do you got?
Maybe Harmony.
Giles? What's Giles do this episode?
So he gets really mad at Xander. I like that.
Oh yeah, that is kind of fun. Harmony. Yeah. I like Harmony, the actor, though. I think she's
No,
pretty good.
I like Harmony plenty. She's a character I enjoy. I appreciate it every time they bring her back, but just for the episode, she's just being so mean to Cordelia.
I know. I like Joyce. Drusilla's good. Spike's good. Angel's good.
You're excited to see Amy again. Miss Calendar's great.
Oh, fucking Amy. Should Amy be the MVP? No, it's got to be Xander, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, Jenny and Giles are good. Everybody's good. I think you just have to go Harmony,
yeah.
LVP. Very sorry. And all right, so last time I ranked Phases third, and I think I'm just going to replace it. I'm just going to put this third.
Okay.
Really like this one.
Read me mine from the top down.
Innocence, Prophecy Girl, When She Was Bad, Lie to Me, Angel, School Hard, Halloween, Surprise, Ted.
Wait. Angel, School Hard, Halloween, Surprise. All right. Pop this between Halloween and Surprise.
All right, so eighth. Wow, I have it third. You have it eighth. So you don't like Amy as much. I feel like the big gaps we have in our ranking are the big Amy episodes.
You're obsessed with Amy.
I really am. Has she got on to much?
Not the actress, no, but she's in Buffy like every season, I think.
Oh,
except
I didn't
for
know
maybe
that. I thought this was the only
one.
time she ever came back.
No, she
Oh my
comes
God.
back a few times.
Wait, was this the only time the trophy comes back?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, that's
It
what we were
might be
talking
mentioned
about.
one other time, but I can't remember specifically.
Damn. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense. All right, let's read the Patreon. We haven't done that in forever. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe we read last week's too.
Should we do everything on last week? Let's do that.
Yeah.
What was last week? The two-parter?
Yeah, we keep forgetting to respond to your stuff, but I like reading them.
Yeah, me too. We've asked every week. I think we just we fucking forget. But now I wrote big. I wrote Patreon on my thing.
Nice.
So, okay. Well, I have this week's pulled up. Do you have last week's pulled up?
I can do that if you want.
All right. Do you want me to read this week's?
Yes.
All right. So, Mikey Graff, he was first. He says, I'm really liking this show. I did not see the werewolf twist coming.
You know what? It was the same two people last week, so just read this week's.
Oh, was they have anything good left from last week about the two-parter?
I like that Mikey Graff said that the judge is kind of a ripoff of Howie Mandel from Little Monsters. It does really look like that.
I never saw that, but I think I know what he's talking about.
Yeah. And, everyone was very excited about David Boreanaz's Angelica said that's like, she thinks Angelus is the best TV character ever created, which is pretty high praise.
She hasn't even seen Angel yet? She already thinks that?
I think she's watched both shows already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, go. That's it. We could go on. Read this week.
Okay. Mikey Graff didn't see the werewolf twist coming. I think it was kind of weird that we turned Buffy into a rat just so we could see SMG naked. But I guess it was because
I told you the explanation, bro.
Yeah, so she didn't have a lot of time to film.
Yeah. Just so we could see SMG naked. Hey, Marty Noxon wrote this one, man.
Yeah, right. I was a Smallville watcher as it aired.
I watched the first 5 or 6 seasons.
Oh, Buffy fans would say that Smallville was just a Buffy ripoff. Wow, I would
say that.
Is it Smallville about Superman?
Yeah, but here's the thing. It takes place in Smallville.
Oh, he agrees. He says, yes, that's correct. So I guess he also thinks that.
Yeah. So,
you know
how...
And he has no belly button. Isn't that right?
You're thinking of Kyle XY, my friend.
Oh, God damn it. Is that about Superman too?
No.
What?
That's nothing to do with Superman.
That's not about Superman? I thought that guy was about Superman.
No, it's just a fucking sci-fi show that was on ABC Family.
Guys, I don't know how many podcasts you listen to, but let me know what other podcasts out there are talking about Kyle XY. Let me know.
My sister watched every ep.
Whoa.
Let's
do that next. Kyle XY.
No. But let me... What were we talking about?
Smallville and Buffy.
Smallville. So the first episode of Smallville, there's a meteor shower. And that's how... what's it called? That's how Superman comes to Earth. He's a baby. And then it cuts to, like, he's a teenager. He's sexy Tom Welling. And the thing about that show was all the nemesis for Clark Kent. He's not Superman the entire show. He's just Clark Kent. Um, are just like the meteor rocks that came down during that meteor shower, like mutate people or like give them powers or so it like creates villains. So it's exactly like Buffy
So it's a
handled this
Hellmouth.
by saying that it's the Hellmouth. But and Smallville had their own version of this, which was like the meteor shower. And all it is like a crew of teens like hanging out in school, like solving
Wow.
mysteries involving a villain of the week. Yeah, so it really is very, very fucking similar. I mean, there's a character named Chloe who's played by Allison Mack of the Nexium Sex Cult, and she's basically Willow.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's what they show the clips from whenever they talk about her in that documentary.
Oh, absolutely.
They always show
It's
from
the only real
Smallville.
thing she's ever done.
Yeah, they never showed Honey, We Shrunk
Oh,
Ourselves.
that's
Honey, I
right.
blew
Yeah.
up Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves, right?
Yeah, I think she was in the third one.
Yeah, that's definitely it. With Mila Kunis, it's the Mila Kunis one. Um, wow. So yeah, that's definitely just sounds like Buffy. Who was Giles? Was there a Giles character?
Um, mm, not as such, but like just Clark's parents always were given advice and shit, so they were kind of like the de facto Giles. And then they had this friend Pete, who was like a little wisecracking black kid, and he was like the Xander.
No black people on Buffy, huh?
Yep.
I guess I haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, eventually, but not yet.
Has there been any?
I keep pointing them out to you because there are so few. Like, remember there was that janitor in Bad Eggs? There was that teacher Cordelia liked that got suffocated with a bag by the
Yes,
Invisible Girl.
of
But yeah,
course.
they're real few and far between. We don't really get a black recurring character until next season.
Okay, well, can't wait for that.
Hmm.
Um, thank you, Mike Graff. I did not know that. But so you say he's not Superman, but he has powers, right? Like they
He's got
beat.
all the Superman powers, but he doesn't wear the costume until the final episode of the series. He's just Clark Kent the whole time.
But he has powers, right?
Yes, he's Superman. I mean, he's Clark. he
Yeah,
has
you're
he has
confusing me.
powers from birth. All right, because of Earth's yellow sun, Logan.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What about Jor-El? Where is he at?
He shows up a couple times on the show.
Okay, well,
I forget who plays him. I think it's like a major actor or something.
Russell Crowe.
No, but like Christopher Reeve shows up on the show. It's kind of Smallville. Like it's bad, but it's kind of fun.
Does Christy Swanson, is that her name, ever show up on Buffy?
No,
What's her name?
you got it, Christy Swanson.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
They never did that.
no, I don't believe so.
That could have been good. All right, next comment.
Yeah, go ahead. While you're doing that, Terrence Stamp, by the way, that's who played
Whoa.
Jor-El. I mean, on the show. By the way, who played the classic villain Brainiac on Smallville?
No idea.
A young actor by the name of James Marsters, aka Spike.
Wow. I didn't expect that.
Yeah,
So they know what they're doing.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So Angelica Joyce says, "So, how are y'all feeling about Seth Green? And how are you feeling?"
Loving him.
Me too. I feel like he's the character that like they've gotten consistently right the most.
Yeah, you know what I like about him? He has his own way of speaking. Like
Yeah.
everyone on Buffy kind of talks like a Joss Whedon character, but like Oz is outside of that. He's sort of an outside observer, and he speaks very monosyllabically, but like funny and interesting. He's a little more earnest than some of the other characters, even though he's quiet. He's interesting character.
Yeah, I really like him. I didn't like that one line where he was like willow kissage or whatever that was. I thought
That
was
was
a
the
little weird.
that was the most Joss Whedon-y line that he said yet, because it's in an episode written by Joss Whedon.
Okay, yeah, that was when I least liked him probably.
But that scene is great.
When is that?
That's when he's in the van and
He turns her down.
he turns her down. Yeah.
Yeah, that is great. She says, "And how are y'all feeling about Oz for Willow?" I feel great so far.
Yeah.
I feel nothing wrong with it, but um, she still seems to be. Well, I guess not anymore because then they got together. Never mind. She says, Oz is personally my real favorite character, and even though my heart song is with Spike."
Yeah, I mean, my 3 favorite Buffy characters were probably Spike, Oz, and Xander at the time.
Jesus Christ.
All bros.
For real. This
Yeah.
this episode we have 10 women featured and you're still like the 3 guy characters.
I mean, now I watch it, I'm more gravitate towards just like Giles and Buffy. But
I love Cordelia. She's been my
Cordelia's
favorite
great.
from the start, I feel like. Well, besides Buffy.
I've
she
been
always gets in-
defending Willow for ages.
I know. I like her now. I think she got my MVP. No, she didn't.
Yeah,
in the last
she
episode.
did. You gave it to her in phases.
Yeah, so that was good. I feel like she's gotten it twice. I don't remember the other time, but I like Willow now.
Maybe Halloween.
Yes, it was Halloween. She's the one that saved the day in Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Halloween. Great job. All right. Well, thank you, Mikey Graff and Angelica, and thank you to anybody who listens to this. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for listening. I think I might have gotten a text about this show too at one point, but I don't remember.
Like a question or a comment?
A comment, yeah.
You want to read it?
What
are the next episodes called,
I don't
by
know
the
if
way?
I could find it. Anyway, I'll look for it. Maybe say it next week. But anyway, next 2 episodes for next week. Episode 17 is entitled Passion.
All right, not much to work with there.
Yeah.
I feel like that Buffy and Angel reunited episode.
Okay. And episode 18 is called Killed by Death.
Wow, that's a pretty cool title. That's awesome. Sounds like a Final Destination thing.
Wait,
I'm gonna guess. Yeah.
that might be Rob Desotella. That might be their last episode.
Oh, is it bad?
No, I just forgot about it. All right, what do you think it's about?
I'm gonna guess Allie Larder from Final Destination. comes into this
I would
episode.
love nothing more than for Allie Larder to show up.
I
on
guess this is
Buffy.
pre-Final Destination.